Hi, this is John Barica, Chief of Police with the Frankfort PD. I'm here today with Deputy Chief Kevin Keegan, Deputy Chief William Dowding, Sergeant Leanne Bender, Detective Joe Soroka, Detective Jay Sanders, and DPO Officer Larry Wakefield. And we're here with our first ever virtual Coffee with a Cop. Although we like to come out and meet with people in the community, obviously with COVID, we're unable to do it. So we're trying a new way to reach out to you. And today we'll go over some information regarding current crime trends in the police department and answer some questions at the end. So we hope you enjoy this virtual Coffee with the Cop. There's many ways to receive information about the Frankfort Police Department. The first is the New Village website, www.frankfortil.org. Not only is this a great way to receive information about the Frankfort Police Department, but also the Village of Frankfort. We also have the Nixle Community Notification System. You can find that at www.nixle.com, or you can just text Frankfort to 888-777. Here's a place where we like to put out breaking information. You'll also get some weather alerts, but you can pick the way you get that, whether it's through text, through email, or just by going to the website itself. Of course, hopefully you already know that we do have a Facebook page, the Frankfort Police Facebook page, which is at www.facebook.com/FPDIL. Again, we like to share a lot of information here and try to get information out to the community whenever we can. With that is Twitter, and our handle is at FPDIL. And then we also have the Frankfort Police newsletter. We try to put that out quarterly, and recently we just put out one that has statistics and crime information for the year 2020. We hope you enjoy this information, and if there's ever a time that you need anything else, please always feel free to reach out to us. Thank you.
In 2020, the Frankfort Police Department saw a big increase in identity theft complaints. Most of these complaints were due to the IDS scam. The identity theft occurs when someone tries to obtain unemployment benefits in your name. Usually, most victims become aware of the scam when a notice is sent to their employer or a benefits card is received in the mail. If you believe you are the victim of the IDS scam, you should immediately contact the Illinois Department of Employment Security at 1-800-814-0513 or visit their website at www.2.illinois.gov. A report can also be filed with your respective police agency. Residents of Frankfort can file the report online at www.frankfortil.org. Look for police under the government tab. You'll be directed to the police department page where you can select online reporting on the left-hand side. You can also call our office at 815-469-9435 to make a report or if you need further assistance. Lastly, it is highly recommended that you monitor your credit report to ensure there have been no changes or activity to your credit history.
One of the most common questions we get is about stolen vehicles, stolen burglary motor vehicles, and entry into people's garages. It's one of the easiest things for us to prevent out there. The first thing we can tell everybody is please always lock your car doors. There really is no excuse to leave your car doors open. There's also no excuse to leave your keys or key fobs inside of your vehicle. Please, 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 if you see something, say something. Report suspicious vehicles or persons or any other circumstances to us immediately. If it is something emergent, 911 is appropriate to alert the officers to come and check out the situation. Remove all your valuable property from the inside of your car. Never leave your car running with your keys in it. That's again, in this time with the snow, it's always appealing to do that, but the bad guy can see your car running, sitting there, and it is again, just an invitation for it to be stolen.
So the Frankfort Police Department loves doing community events. It's an opportunity for us to reach out, meet different members of the community, talk about concerns, and we love to do it in some informal ways. Unfortunately, in 2020 with the pandemic, we had to be a little creative. So that's one of the reasons why we're doing this virtual Coffee with the Cop. Obviously right now to meet in large groups is not ideal. So we also have our triad meetings, which is a senior safety group. We are meeting virtually, and we know that Zoom can be a little bit of a tricky platform. So what we're doing is we're having speakers Zoom with me, and we're recording the meetings and allowing our seniors to play the meetings whenever they want to so that they can receive that valuable information. We have done some virtual tours or safety presentations, again, utilizing some type of platform like Zoom, which has been successful. And another way we're able still to reach out to young people and other civic groups. We are able to go to homeowners association meetings. So if you have an HOA meeting that either has a larger group attendance or you want to meet virtually, we are happy to do those HOA meetings, and we provide similar information like we did today. We have had some of our creative larger events that we do, like Safety Trunk or Treat or National Layout. We haven't been able to do exactly what we did in the past, but this year we did our Frankfort Spooky Squad Tour, which was a big success. We got a lot of great reviews from that, and it was really fun to kind of engage in a safe, socially distanced way with kids and adults in our area. So we hope that 2021 looks a little bit different, and that we are able to do some of those community events. But in the meantime, we're modifying and just rolling with the punches and hoping to still be able to engage. So now we're going to go through some of our frequently asked questions. These are questions that we get all the time when we go to community safety meetings, when people call or they see us out and about. So we hope to address some of those questions today. The first one is, what is the Frankfort Police Department doing about the burglary to motor vehicle crime trend? And to answer that question is Deputy Chief Dowding.
We get this question again all the time. What are we doing to be able to stop this or stem this? The first thing that I like to tell everybody is our patrol officers are out there every night and every day looking for these folks who are doing these type of crimes. They're also looking for folks leaving their cars running unattended, as well as garage doors open. You'd be amazed to know every night our officers find garage doors that are left open, and this is just inviting criminals to come in and go into the garage and take cars and steal things out of the garage. So that is something we do again every night, night in and night out. Second, we have our Director of Patrol officers. Officer Wakefield, who's on here with us today, is one of those officers, and we can direct those officers into specific areas that we can see or times that we believe are being targeted. The difficult thing with that is that patterns are very, very hard to come by. There are multiple groups doing this at multiple times, which again makes it very, very difficult for us to target. We're also involved in several different multi-agency auto theft groups. Our detectives are regularly in contact with agencies across the state, trying to again ascertain who these players are and what we can do to combat against them.
Great. Okay, another frequently asked question, again amongst this very popular crime trend we're seeing with identity theft and the IDS scam is, should I file a police report if I am a victim of the IDS scam? So to answer that question is Detective Sanders.
So I just want to piggyback off what Deputy Chief Keegan previously talked about regarding Illinois Department of Employment Security scams. I would recommend that you first file online with IDES, go through their online, or you can call them directly. You won't be responsible for any claims, any benefits that have been paid out, neither will your employer. You could follow up with the Frankfort Police Department to file an information report for documentation purposes and obtain an identity theft packet.
Great, thank you. All right, the next question that we hear, kind of like a follow-up question, and DC Keegan did touch on some of this earlier, but what else can I do to protect myself if I am the victim of identity theft? And to answer that question is Detective Joe Soroka.
Some of the easiest ways are going to be to install a locked mailbox. Never leave bill payments in your mailbox for pickup, and remove your mail daily from the mailbox. When using the internet, always have a security software protection on your computer, and never respond to unsolicited email or spam. Report any fraud to the 3 credit bureaus. They are going to be Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. Place a fraud alert on your social security number. Review your credit report semi-annually, and keep records of any occurrence you have.
Perfect, thank you. And that's really good advice, just not for the IDS scam, but if you're the victim of any type of identity theft, whether it's credit card fraud or something else, really good advice. All right, our next question is, how many officers does the Frankfort Police Department have? And to answer this question is Deputy Chief Kevin Keegan.
Currently, we have 35 officers. 3 of these officers are assigned to the command staff, a chief of police and 2 deputy chiefs. Directly below the command staff is 5 sergeants. 4 of these sergeants oversee our patrol division. The patrol division is broken down into 4 units, with a sergeant overseeing a respective unit. The patrol division has 22 officers. 2 of these officers are currently being trained at the police academy. 2 other officers were recently released from the police academy and are assigned to field training with a veteran officer. 2 of the patrol units work day shift hours, and the other 2 units work night shift hours. These units work opposite days off to ensure the police department has coverage 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Our 5th sergeant is assigned to oversee the crime prevention unit, the detective division, where 2 officers are assigned, a school resource officer, and 2 officers assigned as directed patrol units. We also have community service officers. These individuals are not police officers, but they help supplement our staff by assisting with such things as traffic accidents, traffic control, animal complaints, vehicle lockouts, disabled vehicles, parking complaints, and many other tasks.
Great. Thank you so much, Deputy Chief Keegan. All right, another commonly asked question that we get is, I never see you patrolling down my street. Do officers drive through the subdivisions every day? And to answer that question is our Chief of Police, John Barica.
That is a very common question we get out of people. And I'd like to just remind people that we are out there every day, all day long, 365 days a year. Our officers' primary responsibility is in the subdivisions and traveling through those to patrol them. Now, the question comes is, why don't they see them? Well, we have many different types of cars, some that are fully marked, which are easily seen with the big police on the side. We have some that are semi-marked, and they have a subdued police on the side. And then we have also unmarked cars. I just remind people that sometimes when you're not looking out your front window, you may not notice that officer go by in patrolling. But they do hit almost every subdivision every single day. Along with regular patrol, we also have special assignments that are done in subdivisions. And these are places where we may have a issue with traffic or speeding, something else that the neighborhood has a concern about. And officers will sit on these every day, and we do track those also. But our guys are out there patrolling all day long, every day, throughout the night. And at night, they're especially out in the subdivisions trying to do extra patrols because of ongoing issues with car burglaries. So you may not see them, but they are there. And if you do see them, we hope you wave and say hello.
Perfect. Thank you, Chief. And that's kind of a nice segue into our final question for the frequently asked questions portion of our Coffee with a Cop. The last question is, I have a traffic complaint in my neighborhood. How can I report it? And to answer that question is our Director Patrol Officer, Larry Wakefield.
As Directed Patrol Officer, part of my duties is traffic safety, addressing concerns reported by our community. We do this in several ways. Those concerns are reported either using our email address, traffic@frankfortil.org, or you can easily contact us using a non-emergency phone number of 815-469-9435. Please provide us with what type of violation is occurring in your neighborhood and where that violation is occurring. If the violation occurring is in real time and an emergency, please use 911 to report that emergency.
Perfect. Thank you, Officer Wakefield.
We would just like to thank you guys all for tuning in to watch our first virtual Coffee with the Cop. Hopefully you've learned something. And again, if it sparked some interest or some questions, feel free to reach out to us. Here you can see you can reach out to us at our administration number, which is 815-469-9435. And that is generally answered by our staff at the police department Monday through Friday between 8 and 5 p.m. You can also email us at any time. And if you have to call after the regular hours, call our dispatch at 815-485-2500. And of course, if there's an emergency, make sure you dial 911. Again, we hope you enjoyed this. And if you do have any other questions or concerns, please feel free to reach out to us. You can use the traffic email that was given by Officer Wakefield or admin for any general questions. And again, it's a reminder to check the website. We do have vacation watches that are on there and online reports that you can do sometimes. So if you have to make reports such as the IDES, you can fill that out right online. You don't even need to have an officer come out to see you. And we still follow up on all those just like we would anything else. And again, we want to remind everybody that with the snow we've had recently, Reminder, there's a no parking during 2 inches of snowfall. And again, it's dangerous, although there's great piles of snow near these corners, reminding kids not to play there. The snow plows are still pushing that snow back, and it is not safe or stable at times. So please make sure kids stay away from there. Thanks again, and I want to thank all the officers that were on here, and the rest of our Frankfort Police Department is out there working hard for the community every day. We'd also like to thank our elected officials and for their support of the police department. Thanks again, and have a great day.